Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to episode number 2 of Budget Squad vs. Goat Squad. I do want to make today's intro very quick and get you guys onto the gameplay because we have an insanely sweaty game that goes down to the wire, and the squad that we match up against is way better than that of the first episode. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna get right into that gameplay, but first, I obviously do have to show you guys the updated squad. As you guys can see, we did make some additions. First off, at the point guard position, I do have Ruby Mo Williams starting for this game just because he is a new point guard, but that doesn't mean he is better than Damian Lillard. Unfortunately, you guys, his release is just so insanely slow. He has great badges and very solid stats offensively, but man, his release really just kills it. So we are definitely still on the lookout for a better point guard, especially one with defense. You guys are gonna see we really need a point guard that has clamps. But outside of Ruby Mo Williams, we also made a replacement as our backup power forward. Previously, we did have ourselves Sapphire Michael Porter Jr. out there. Gonna go ahead and throw in this Flash Ruby J Crowder, very solid 3-and-D card right there. But other than that, I'm pretty sure everything else is the same from episode 1 with our lineup. And if you guys do happen to be new to this series, essentially we're trying to run with a really cheap budget squad. Like, we really don't want any cards over 15k in our lineup. Ruby Damian Lillard is probably the most expensive card in our lineup. But outside of that, I really don't want to be running with a lot of high tier cards out there. We only have one Amethyst, and that being Evolution Gary Harris, who I'm pretty sure is still under 10,000 MT. And essentially the premise of this series is using a really cheap budget squad like this, trying to go online and beat some really good GOAT squads out there, just to show you guys out there, you know, in order to compete with some really good teams online, you don't have to put the most money into the game. And yeah, a new episode is going to come out every single Wednesday. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, if you are new, definitely turn on post notifications. We're trying to grind to 40,000 subs over here, and definitely drop a like. You guys went crazy on the first episode with the like button. Definitely drop a like if you guys want to see this series continue. But other than that, man, that is going to be it for the intro. Let's get on this game, man. It is absolutely insane. Here we go, man. But here we go, getting right into it, checking out our opponent's matchup for this game. Glitched Harden, Diamond Isaiah Thomas is his backcourt. He's also got Diamond Grant Hill, Glitch Mutombo, Amethyst Dennis Rodman that has a 93 3-ball, and then he immediately hops into his defensive setting. So right off the bat, I'm like, man, we got ourselves a crazy game right here. Taking it off the dribble, off the tip. Attack Dennis Rodman, a risky move right there because he does have himself some rim protection, but we do get the layup to fall. And I just want to show you guys, this guy doesn't even care that we're running a full Ruby lineup. He immediately 5 outs. And 5 out is the one thing in 2K nowadays that I just cannot respect. It's really the only playstyle that I just cannot respect because obviously in real life, you know, people will 5 out, but people aren't as efficient shooters as they are in 2K. In 2K, if you're going up against a really good player, they can green like 95, or they can make like 90-95% of their 3-pointers if you leave them open in that 5 out. So it's not like you can really help defense, leave someone open in the corner. So essentially you're just pretty much giving up a layup or a 3-ball almost every single possession. That's why people do it in the 250k tournament, and that's really what the comp scene has mostly turned into. Not everyone that's comp, you know, plays that way, but mostly, you know, the most efficient way, the easiest way to score is going to be 5 out. So that's what we're going to be going up against for this game. I'm sorry if I do complain about it a lot, but sometimes when people just have good squads, I like playing 2K because I like basketball. I don't like just trying to do the cheesiest way to win. So unfortunately, we are going to be going up against a 5-outer for this game. You know, we got ourselves a sweaty one right off the bat, so I'm going to make sure I value each possession. Taking it off the dribble right there, I am going to have to play off-ball defense, but unfortunately, our point guards don't have clamps. That's why I was saying we need a point guard that has good defense, because whether it's Mo Williams or Ruby Damian Lillard, they just don't have good enough defensive stats or badges in order to stick onto these opposing point guards out here. So I'm going to try to hop into a zone for this next possession. I'm like, clearly Mo Williams is going to be able to guard anyone up against his squad. Maybe a zone can hide him a little bit. Maybe we can force some turnovers out here and just see what we can do. So he's going to pass this ball around a little bit, give it back to Harden. I get a great contest on our first possession playing zone defense. So I'm like, all right, man, we're just going to run with that for a while. See if I can get someone in the corner right here. That's going to be Ruby Lou Dort, amazing defender. Great release on him. And his next possession up against the zone, he's going to green a 3-ball from the hash. Now, I haven't played against someone that has got a lot of greens from the hash. As you guys can see, Mo Williams has an insanely slow release. I think with Damian Lillard right there, that's uncontested, but Mo Williams, that's a heavy contest. So we're definitely looking to replace him here pretty soon. But now with Landry Fields, gold clamps, he can actually stay in front. So I think once we get a point guard, this 5-out isn't going to be as cheesy to go up against. But until that happens, man, we're going to have to sweat out this game and do our best. Take our defensive possessions as best as we can and just see what happens in this game. Off the dribble, though, offensively, Mo Williams can definitely knock down some moving mid-ranges because he does have gold difficult shots, forcing up another deep 3-ball right there. Luckily, he doesn't green it, so we're going to push it up. Currently, Our lead is 13-9. So we got a little 4-point lead on the game. Passing it around a little bit, getting a pump fake. Assume he's thinking for a 3-ball. We're just going to take that one in. Another easy lane off the dribble. Landry Fields attacking off the dribble to start this game. And a beautiful play right here. Passing out of the shot. Getting a green light 3-ball in the corner. Actually surprised that one didn't fly straight out of the bounce because I highly doubt Wendell Carter Jr. has bailout on him, but we'll take it. Another great passing possession right here, man. Get it into the paint. Kick it out, and after that green light 3-ball with Lillard in the corner, I'm thinking to myself, man, we actually have a chance to win this game. We're moving the ball nicely, and for whatever reason, you know, I don't tell my team to get out of the zone, but it's just one of the glitches that happens in 2K is sometimes they decide to go back to man-to-man and just drop your defensive settings. So I'm like, all right, that sucks. He gets a wide open layup. Damian Lillard, though, attacking off the dribble. That is just something Mo Williams cannot do. Finish strong at the rim for us with 2 hands. Early 10-point lead, man. We're starting out this first half on a great run, but 10 points up against a team like this, it's really nothing crazy. Lucky for us, he doesn't seem like he knows how to break down the zone, so we're just going to stay in that zone. Potentially you can give up a lot of threes in a zone, but until he figures out how to break it down, we're going to keep on feasting in transition. Gary Harris off the pick and roll, knocking down that 3-ball, and at this point my opponent's like, all right, man, this dude's playing a little bit harder than I was expecting. He's going to start going try hard himself. Breaking down our zone very quick right there. Green light. Our lead is cut to 10. I'm just gonna, you know, once again, 10-point lead. It's like that's nothing up against this dude's team. I have to pretty much call a pick and roll up against his off ball every possession. But hey, pick and rolls are in basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's similar to a 5-out because I'm calling pick and pops. I'm opening up the paint, but at least I'm calling for screens out here. He's going to pass it back to Donovan Mitchell right here, and he's still having trouble breaking this thing down. You know, he's looking around, doesn't really know who to pass it to. I see who he's trying to get it to, though. That's going to be Jake Crowder with some defense. Amethyst Gary Harris. Surprised that one wasn't a chase down from Mutombo right there. So now we got ourselves an 11-point lead, 50 seconds left in this first half. And our opponent, he starts to figure things out a little bit. Gets a green light in the corner. Cuts the lead to single digits. He's like, let's not get carried away right here. I'm going to figure out how to get around this man's defense, and I'm going to make him make some adjustments now. So here we go. Damian Lillard trying to value the possession. Get a little snatch back right there. I see a little bit of a mismatch down low, so I'm going to pass this one over. Have no idea why Jake Crowder is even at the hash. That's going to be a bad turnover from us. Really don't want him to finish off this first half on a run. So I'm going to try to lock up here. In transition, you know, sometimes your defense will go back to man-to-man. So I'm like, all right, I need to help off ball. Great lurking right there from me. That is going to be Sapphire Cam Reddish, 6'8" frame. You cannot pass it around him. He's going to try to foul and stop the break, but luckily for us, we are in the bonus. So we're going to knock down some free throws to end off the first half and start the second half, man. It's going to be a lot of the same stuff. I do decide to hop back into man-to-man simply because he was getting open threes up against our zone. So I'm like, let me see if I could just switch it up a little bit, give him some different looks. Immediately goes back to his 5-out and gets himself easy, uncontested layups down low. Try to get a pick and pop right here. Unfortunately, Rudy Gobert, that is not the glitch Rudy Gobert from last year. He cannot shoot at all out here. I get myself an open dunk with Darius Miles. His rim protection is starting to heat up as well. So now our lead is 6 and he has the ball. I go back into the zone, you know, a couple possessions of free layups. I can't be having that. And this is when he truly figures out how to break down my zone. It's the post, man. If you go up against the zone, you need to hop in the post because all the players pretty much, they just sink in. It's really hard to get your players back into position when someone starts backing down. So right there, another 3-ball for him. And just like that, our lead has trickled down to 3 points. I know Jokic is a good shooter, a good passer, not the best rim protector though. So I'm going to feed Rudy Gobert in the paint, get ourselves our lead back up to 5. I'm going to stay in this zone for probably just like one more possession because look at that, man. It's just too easy. He figured it out. Back to man-to-man defense, which means we're back to having Damian Lillard out here. I mean, I tried to on-ball, y'all. You can't say I didn't try to on-ball. He just moves at the speed of light, and I don't have the defensive badges or the lateral quickness to keep up. Even when you do have clamps and stuff like that, it's really hard to play on-ball this year because, you know, when you're dribbling with a good point guard, their dribble moves are just so insanely fast. It's hard to stay in front. So we're going to force up a lightly contested 3-ball there. We're going to miss it. Third quarter winding down, 50 seconds left. Our lead is only 2, and now he's playing this whoever offense on our point guard. So right here, Damian Lillard's in the game. He knows who he wants to attack. I assume he's going to go up for another layup. So try to strip that ball from him, but here we go, man. Gary Harris trying to stay in front of that glitched Harden. I'm going to get an amazing block right there, switching over to Gary Harris. I'm trying to keep this lead in the fourth quarter. We're up by 2. Gary Harris, once again, he's got gold clamps. Amazing help defense from me. We're going to pick up that rebound, and oh my God, a costly turnover right there. Trying to push the ball up in transition. We've been getting out in transition, and he knew to lurk around. He knew that we wanted to pass it up right there. That's a heads-up play from him, and yeah, look who's on harder for this possession. It's going to be Damian Lillard. He's on an island right now. I'm trying to bring some people over. Bring him over way too far, though. Grant Hill, he doesn't have to green his 3 balls, man. He is knocking them down. His first lead on the game comes with 4 minutes left. Currently down by 1. I'm like, all right, Lillard, it's Dame time. Let me see if I can pull up for a 3 ball. He doesn't have to green his, but we are going to green ours just to be sure. Currently a 2-point lead. I got Gary Harris on Harden, you know what I'm saying? He is a solid defender, but it's just, where do I put Lillard? You know, I can't get Lou Dort out here to play point guard for me, unfortunately, or else that's exactly what I would have done. So Lillard has to be guarding someone. Unfortunately, right here, it is going to be switched on to Harden. Trying to come over for some help defense. Solid contest right there. But he's going to take that easy dunk. 45-45. 3 minutes remain in this game. I hit him with a quick crossover. I see him helping out himself. That one's going to be a beautiful dime. Lillard to Darius Miles. He has the ball with 1:30 left. It is crunch time out here. I'm hanging out in the corner. He hasn't hit a 3 ball with Mutombo yet. I come over for the help defense. Green light in the corner. I know what you guys are thinking, like, why don't you just stay in the corners, man? But leaving these wide open layups, like, I just know that's exactly what he's going to take out here. If he has the lane, he's going to take the layup no matter what. So I'm trying to bait as much as possible. We're going to tie things back up 52-52, man. Things are getting sweaty out here. Trying to come over with that help defense like I have all game. Lillard switch on to Harden once again. I'm trying to get over in the paint that time, and yeah, he's going to take the dunk. Down by 2 now, 1:03 left. I'm putting it into Gary Harris's hands. My starting point guard, my backup point guard, Lillard, he is insanely tired, but I can't run Mo Williams out here because of his slow release. So let's just put the ball into Gary Harris's hands, try to create a shot. Don't have anything open with him. Trying to find Lillard, and he knows who I want to go to. Costly turnover right there. 40 seconds remain. I need to stop here. I'm just going to switch up the defense, go in the zone, give him a different look from all the dunks and dotting up the corners he's been doing with Harden. So here we go, man. Playing some defense. Get a tip ball. We can't get the steal. He's going to try to take this one inside. 1 second left on the shot clock. Look at this snatch block. Wendell Carter Jr., biggest defensive possession we've had in this game. 15 or 17 seconds remain on the clock. I call a timeout. I just need to take a breather, figure out what I'm going to right here, get our best offensive players we can on the court. It's looking like it has to be Lillard or Gary Harris taking the shot, and I want the 3 ball, man. I want the 3 ball. We can't get stops out here. I have to go for the win right now. Pick and pop, Gary Harris, Damian Lillard. I see him open. Decent look at it, but he gets a 5% contest. You guys, I honestly think I could have greened that shot, though. Like, I had the space. He gets a lightly contest, but you can green lightly contest this year. Unfortunately, man, I just can't do it on that possession. It's basically gonna come down to a 1 possession game. We do lose, but you know what? Sometimes a loss, you can take positives from a loss. Like, I feel like once we get a point guard that has himself clamps on him, someone that we could throw in and just lock down up against cheesers like that, I really feel like we're right there from being able to compete even better up against GOAT Squad. So unfortunately, episode 2, we cannot get the dub, but nonetheless, I think this is a great example that you can compete up against GOAT Squads out here with some of the better budget cards in the game. So if you guys did enjoy it, man, we're gonna move on to the next. Definitely do drop a like on this video. Every Wednesday, we're gonna be uploading another episode on this series, so definitely stay tuned for that. But other than that, man, that's gonna do for this one. So I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.